Assalamu alaikum, dear students and dear viewers. Today we will talk about the role of hormones in initiating reproductive functions. Yesterday, if you remember, I told you about hormones and glands. About hormones, if you remember, I told you that hormones are actually chemical substances, okay, which coordinate the activities of living organisms, including human beings. Plus, hormones are also responsible for the growth, okay, but there are hormones. Please remember this. There are hormones which are involved in the development and control of reproductive organs and secondary sexual characteristics. Such hormones are called as sex hormones. Okay, means those hormones which are involved in the development and control of sex reproductive organs. Okay, reproductive organs means the organs which are responsible for carrying out the process of reproduction. They include testes in male, ovaries in female. Okay, therefore the hormones which are involved in the development and control of reproductive organs and secondary sexual characteristics, they are called as sex hormones. Okay, so let's see the role of the hormones in initiating the reproductive functions. This is our main topic. See, hormones play a very important role in initiating the reproductive functions of adolescents. In fact, the onset of puberty itself. What's puberty? Puberty means when a boy or girl attains the age of attains sexual maturity. Even this puberty, it is also controlled by hormones. Okay, this puberty is also controlled by hormones, both in boys as well as in girls. We should bear in mind, please bear in mind, that the testes and ovaries, testes in boys, ovaries in girls, they are the real reproductive organs. They are called the real reproductive organs. Why I'm telling you this here? Because it's going to be very helpful when I proceed on with the same topic. Okay, so please bear in mind, this testes and ovaries are called the real reproductive organs in case of boys and in case of girls. In case of boys, it's testes. In case of girls, and you have ovaries. Okay, so if you see the testes are responsible for producing sperms. Okay, and ovaries are responsible for releasing ovum or egg or ovum. You can use the word egg or ovum. Okay, they are one and the same thing. Testes produce sperms, ovaries produce egg or ovum, and both these sex cells, they are called as gametes. So we can say sperms are male gametes, okay, and egg or ovum, they are called as female gametes. Okay, female gametes. Apart from producing these sex cells, these testes are also responsible for producing a male sex hormone. They also produce male sex hormone. This male sex hormone is called as testosterone. Okay, these ovaries, apart from producing egg or ovum, they also produce a female sex hormone, and this female sex hormone is called as estrogen. Estrogen. Male sex hormone is testosterone and female sex hormone is estrogen. In case of females, it's estrogen. In case of males, it is testosterone. Both these hormones are produced by testes and ovaries respectively. But even the production of these two hormones, these two sex hormones, this their production is controlled by another hormone. It's like the production of one hormone is controlled by another hormone. So here you see the production of these two hormones, testosterone and estrogen. The production of these hormones is controlled by another hormone, and this hormone is called as gonadotropic hormone. Gonadotropic hormone. This, okay, what I am telling, I'm repeating. The testosterone, estrogen, they are produced by testes and ovaries respectively, but the production of these hormones is controlled by another hormone, and that hormone is called as gonadotropic hormone. I am writing here gonadotropic hormone. Gonadotropic hormone. Why it's called a gonadotropic hormone? Because this hormone acts on gonads. What are gonads? Gonads are simply the reproductive organs like testes in males, ovaries in females. So gonads are testes in males, ovaries in females. Okay. So this is why it's called as gonadotropic hormones, are those hormones which act on gonads. Gonads are testes in males and ovaries in females. That's why this is called as gonadotropic hormone. Therefore, the production of testosterone and estrogen, it is controlled by another hormone that is called as gonadotropic hormone. And this gonadotropic hormone, it is secreted by pituitary gland, pituitary. It is secreted by pituitary gland, which is present somewhere in our brain. Okay, it's produced by pituitary gland. This pituitary gland is although it is just if you see, it is as big as a pea. You understand? Pea size. It's a pea size gland, you can say. It's a pea size gland, but it is referred to as the body's master gland. It is referred to as the body's master gland. Why? Because it controls the activity of the most other hormone secreting glands. Okay, because it controls the activity of most other hormone secreting glands. Even if you see the milk in case of females, milk is which is produced in the breasts. Even this milk is produced because there's a hormone from the pituitary. That hormone is called as prolactin, which is responsible for producing milk in the breasts of a female. Therefore, what I said that that's why it's called as the master gland. It is called as a master gland. Okay, so once this gonadotropic hormone is secreted by pituitary gland. Now after this, it's clear to you. Now let us see this pituitary gland. The production of this testosterone and estrogen, it increases. Testosterone is a male hormone, testosterone and estrogen. The production of these hormones increase a lot while at puberty. What I mean to say, when a boy attains the age of sexual maturity, that's what we call as puberty, or when a boy is at puberty, or when a girl is at puberty, the production of testosterone and the estrogen, they increase dramatically. And once they increase, what happens? Once the level of testosterone and estrogen increase, what happens? There are lot of changes, body changes take place. Body changes take place because the level of testosterone and estrogen in the body increase. They increase when they increase at puberty. Puberty means when a boy or a girl attains the sexual maturity. And when a boy or a girl is at puberty, the level of estrogen, the level of testosterone, they increase. And once there is increase in the level of these hormones, the body changes, the bodily changes take place, and these bodily changes take place in case of males. If you see, in case of males, you will definitely find that male secondary, what we call as male secondary, sexual characteristics, male secondary sexual characteristics in case of boys. Okay, where you see, in case of boy, deeper voice. If you remember, I have talked to you about this some 3-4 days ago. Then growth of facial hair, where you see the growth of beard and mustache as well, and so broad shoulders in case of boys. Okay, plus broad chest as well. Okay, when Adam's apple, it becomes very noticeable in case of boys, and boys develop more muscles, or they put up more muscle mass. And in case of girls, if you see, now I will tell you later about girls. What this is one. It is because of the testosterone that male secondary sexual characteristics in boys appear. They bring the form of deeper voice, growth of facial hair, broad shoulders, broad chest. Adam's apple become noticeable, and muscle muscle is also developed in case of boys. In case of other changes that are caused by testosterone are like they cause growth and development of male sex organs, growth and development of male sex organs. Okay, in case of males, where you see the testes, and testes start producing sperms, and the large size of penis also increase. But all these changes take place at puberty. Okay, please remember this, puberty. And in case of females, if you see the female hormone, the hormone from the which hormone actually stimulates the this estrogen to be released. Actually, there's a hormone from pituitary gland. That hormone is called as luteinizing hormone. LUTEINIZING, luteinizing hormone. It's again produced by the pituitary gland, and this hormone is responsible for stimulating the release of estrogen. Okay, in case of males, what was it? It was gonadotropin hormone. In case of females, again gonadotropin. This is called as luteinizing hormone. It acts on the ovaries, and ovaries produce estrogen. Estrogen is called as female sex hormone at puberty. Now, what does this hormone do in case of girls? It causes it produces female secondary sexual characteristics in case of girls. Why you see shrill voice. Okay, or you can see, or it's also called as high pitched voice in case of girls. Or you can see development of breasts plus broader hips in case of girls. Okay, then again, it also causes the same hormone. It also causes the growth and development of female sex organs at puberty. Female organs means ovaries, okay, uterus, etc. That means the growth and development of female sex organs at puberty in girls is also because of the hormone estrogen. Okay. Then also, very, very important function that is associated with this estrogen is that it prepares the uterus for pregnancy. Monthly preparation. Okay, it's actually monthly preparation, because the egg or the ovum, it waits for the sperm. If the sperm doesn't come, what happens? The uterus wall disintegrates, and that's what we call as a menstrual cycle. I will talk to you about that menstrual cycle in detail in the coming lectures. But right now, here it's enough for you to know that this estrogen, it prepares it is responsible for monthly preparation of uterus for pregnancy. Okay, that's all about this. Inshallah, tomorrow we will talk about some other topic from the same chapter. Thank you very much.